In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
Well, I could really use a drink after the last week of drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to see you guys again.
Hey, man. Good trip. I watched your guys' segment on the Warfighter podcast where you called in and did the whole tour of the factory. It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I listened to your guys' podcast with Jack and
Yep. That was fun.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to have Mr. Mandeville on the show.
Yeah.
You know, we had to cut it a little soon. He had to get the fuck out of here. He was a busy man, but I appreciate him taking the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Nicaragua and brought my boys down there. And there's not really a drinking age. I think it's 18, but it was not enforced.
No.
Not even questioned.
As you can see over the bar, you're good.
Dude. So by the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Austin, my youngest, who's 16, didn't want to drink anymore. We'd sit down. He's just like, yeah, I'm done. You know, I had a good time, just ready to chill. I want to have a Coke. He'd order a Coke and it would come on the side of a Flor de Caña. And he'd be like, fuck it.
Attaboy.
Yeah. He couldn't not get served. It was funny toward the end there.
That's fun. Guys, it wouldn't be the Freedom Friends if we didn't talk about our number one sponsor, Warfighter Tobacco. Obviously, you guys have seen us all smoke them. We're here to talk about a quality product that everybody can enjoy. The great equalizer, as we've called it, the Warfighter Tobacco Stick. And it's not just cigars. They've got humidors, travel humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you need to get started on that journey. So check out warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet, sweet 15%. If you want to know my personal favorite, I'm a 762 Field guy. I like that Sumatra, real nice and even keeled cigar. Great for us beginner smokers, right? And I'm told that these taste even better when you're listening to the Freedom Friends podcast. Now, back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Grill Your Ass Off. It's no secret. We're all middle-aged dudes who love barbecue. Grill Your Ass Off is our main go-to for our spices. That's what we use, man. Whether you're doing burgers on the grill, steaks, or my personal favorite, a little bit of pork belly burn ends, right? They've got you covered on all of that. They also have salsas. They also have seasonings and spices. They got beer salts. They've got everything, man. Check them out. GrillYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast, or use the code Freedom Friends Podcast at checkout.
That's fun. Yeah.
They're like, Coke with rum, right? Maybe I'll have a Sprite. Okay, a Sprite, but with rum, right? Just keep saying it.
Right.
That's funny.
But yeah, the first night we went out and my older of the two, he got drank a little more than he should have, but not crazy amount. But he got giggly and it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
and we were kind of having to babysit him. We cut him off, went to the next place, and he was fine with being cut off because he had a lot.
Yeah,
and I think we had the first night we had like 3 of these guys between the 3 of us.
Yeah,
and I wasn't drinking fast because I was going to be the adult.
Well, you understand.
And they don't know what the appropriate speed of drinking.
Yeah, you understand the difference between a marathon and a sprint.
Right.
Yeah.
We were leaving we were leaving the hotel and there was probably that much in a bottle.
Just this little bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, still quite a bit.
375. 2 of those is a normal bottle of booze.
Yeah, sure.
So there was about that much and Logan's like just takes it to the face before we go out. And I'm like, oh, that'll catch up to you.
Yeah, that'll do it. And a rum hangover. Whew,
it's fuck. Yeah. I mean, they drink them with Coke, which is,
even rougher.
It's even rougher.
It's even rougher.
The more sugar you have, the worse that headache's going to be.
But we are not youthful children.
Correct. No, they'll be fine.
They were fine.
Yeah.
They were sleepy the next day.
How late you keep them out?
Oh, I don't know. The first night, probably 2 before we went to bed.
Yeah.
The next night, maybe 1. And the next night, it was Austin's turn. He kicked back a little bit more. And he got pretty funny too. But
that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice, man.
They enjoyed it.
That's some good fucking dad shit right there.
You know, it was funny though. Like
Good dad shit.
the first couple times, you know, Austin, he's kind of nervous. He's 16, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of nervous. And the guy, you know, when they bring you the bottle, they bring a shot glass, they bring an ice bucket, they bring the glasses, and they bring
bottle
a can of Coke, right? And so Austin, you know, he had the glass, and the guy kind of grabs it from him, and he's like, "Oh." And then the guy poured the shot, mixed him a drink, and gave it back to him. You know, and he's like, "Oh, thank you."
It's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Well, that's fun.
But yeah, no, we had a good time. So
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad you got to do that with your boys, man. That's
Yeah.
cool shit.
Yeah. We had, you know, a lot of road trip time. We drove all over the country. So,
Yeah.
but we had a good time. The volcano was closed. I was going to take him up to see a volcano,
Oh shit.
but it was closed due to volcanic activity. So,
It's a good time to not go to a volcano. Then.
yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
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 You remember, you know, the one I was going
Yeah.
to take him. So they had like that on the inside, it had like a bowl
Yep.
kind of thing, but I guess it like fell away into it.
Oh,
And then like, so it wasn't safe or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why it was closed.
nice.
Yeah.
But
I saw that you
there's-
took them to Jesus.
yeah,
But they took you to Jesus.
they took me.
Like that picture that he posted of him and his kids.
Yeah.
You could tell like you are not okay.
I was not okay.
As he stated, he was definitely closer to Jesus than they were.
Yeah.
That day.
Yeah, I almost had to like, I don't know what you do when you die, but I almost had to do that.
You had to go to the pearly gate.
Yeah. I was very close to the pearly gates. They were holding me back.
You don't see your high school buddy Peter.
Right.
St. Pete up there is hanging out by the pearly gates.
Maybe that's-
Scott, it's been years.
How
Fuck,
the
dude.
fuck did you get here?
How the fuck are you, man? I was wondering when that was going to happen. Jesus. We've been taking bets. I lost.
Yeah, this is going to be a great story. What happened?
Yeah.
Well, I came
I
to
went
see.
to go see-
I came to see the old man, and he killed me.
Yeah. Jesus is over there because he fixed the race. He's just like,
You got the Deadpool behind the pearly gates, and Jesus has one square, and he's like, "Yep."
But yeah. In that picture, I was. I hadn't thrown up,
Yeah.
but I was wanting to.
Yeah.
Real bad in that picture. Yeah, it was. That was rough.
Nice.
But I had more of a hangover that night than they did because they kind of checked out of drinking. I should have planned the fun weekend up front.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just didn't realize how it was going to go down. Where
Yeah.
they got all the drinking out of the system from like Monday to Wednesday.
Right.
You know, yeah. But no, it was fun. It was a fun trip. Yeah, we went to Las Pinitas for a night. Drove through Leon. Leon's a trippy town to drive through.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Real old.
What's
school.
interesting about
They have a massive church in the center of town.
Yeah.
Like fucking massive.
So you
And it's
know,
been there since like the 1600s.
yeah.
So it's very,
I think
like,
15
Or 15.
so
yeah.
European influence on that one.
Yeah.
It used to be the capital
Yeah.
before it got moved to Managua.
Okay.
And so now that it's like a
But
thing.
you know how like in Iraq, you drive through the neighborhoods and everybody has a cement wall.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just the wall of the house. So you have the street, a sidewalk, and then the whole block, the front wall is everybody's house.
So it's like a row home.
Yeah, it's just
It's like an East Coast row home.
Well,
Like-
not really. 'Cause
They're-
it's
so-
a concrete.
but they're backwards.
Different
So Mexico
height.
City's like this too.
Okay.
Right. So on the edge of the road, you have your sidewalk, and then
Justin, can you pull a picture?
it's whatever, 4
downtown
stories,
Leon?
5-story buildings, right? And then what you think is like a gate to pull in is like a drive through, and you go through the building, and then there's no front yards. It's just all backyard.
Oh,
So that
it's like-
building is the whatever, but you drive through into like a parking area, and they have a yard.
There's like a courtyard.
There's,
Yeah,
type of thing.
there's not really even a backyard. It's more of a center courtyard.
yeah,
Yeah.
depending on how it's set up. But yeah,
So yeah, here you go.
yep.
This is downtown. See, it's just sidewalk and then the entrances to all the
Yep.
buildings,
Yeah.
all connected.
Yeah. So it's like a row home. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like row homes.
And then behind, once you go through, behind it is the open space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, Mexico City was like that. But the crazy thing with Mexico City is like
There's that old church.
I saw a couple like people pulling into their buildings, and they'd open like a little. What essentially we would have as a garage door.
Yeah.
They just have their entrance,
Like a gate or something.
yeah, but it's like in the building. You know what I mean? So it's like a drive through.
Very cool.
And so the gate was open as the car was turning in, and I like looked, and it is like a fucking resort back. And you look at the outside, and it's like a rundown outside of a building, you know. And inside in the backyard, it's like a fucking resort.
Well, back in the day, we stayed at a hotel that was, you know, one of these buildings.
Yeah.
And you walk in, and then it's all of a sudden like a, I don't know, 10-room hotel with a huge courtyard and a pool in the middle. And yeah, it's neat how it's laid out.
It sounds very like European influenced.
Like
almost Gothic.
Well, I think the Spaniards is probably the conquistadors and
Spain is in Europe.
Yeah.
That's
but
right.
I mean, that's probably who who came over then, I think is.
That's cool.
I was just reading a pretty cool article about France, Paris specifically, and Napoleon and his contribution to Paris, which actually helped still to this day. So previous to this, those streets were about 5 meters wide all over Paris, and that was it. There was no like main thoroughways.
That's not very wide.
So they destroyed 22,000 buildings to build back something like 36,000 buildings to add, I don't know, 150,000 apartment, you know, whatever. But he essentially set the architecture of what is Paris. And he started from the Arc de Triomphe and had all the main thoroughways going off of that.
Yeah.
And then everything had to be
That is where all the big roads are.
Everything had to be a certain amount wide. The front of the buildings had to look a certain way, and essentially they all had to be touching.
So he standardized everything.
He did, and at the time everybody hated it. You know what I mean? And now looking back, it's just like
you got to think that's like 40 years of construction. You know what I mean? It's like
imagine if somebody didn't do that to Paris. You've been there now. Imagine if somebody didn't do that.
It's already a nightmare to drive.
It is a disaster.
Did I tell you about when I got lost in Paris because my GPS was fucking high?
No.
Apparently, my GPS.
I'm sure the GPS.
Siri decided to smoke crack.
GPS.
Dude, I put in my fucking hotel that was by the airport, and it took me to some random fucking alley downtown Paris.
Did you put it in English or French?
In English, on my phone.
You got to put it in French.
Apparently, shit. Yeah. My phone wasn't speaking surrender or some shit. There was two systems. They weren't talking correctly. That's for damn sure. And we show up to this place, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've been driving through like side streets for like the last hour. I'm like, what is happening?
At least you were in the UK. You'd be really fucked. Everything's on the other side of the road.
Yeah, I'd be super fucked.
Yep.
That's what I hated about when I drove in Japan.
Yeah.
Because it's the same right-handed drive vehicles, and on the left side of the road, it was fucking awkward. But
the fastest speed.
If it had been like pre-Napoleon, I'd
do they
fucking
switch? do you switch when you go on base? Like I know on Japan,
like it's a crossover.
Yeah, right. Like in Japan, there's left side.
Yeah, it's
right. It's the opposite of here.
They stay the same though.
Oh, that'd be so funny. It's like you go through the gate, and it's like the intersection.
It's like a four-way stop.
Everybody
four-way stop. Then you got to cross over.
No, that's regular. It's regular.
So talk about a DUI checkpoint.
Dude, I always felt bad for the guys driving like Humvees or like military white gear and shit.
Yeah.
Like you have to drive. You're in like a regular car, what you're used to.
Yeah.
And they're like, kidding, you're on that side of the road. It's like, fuck me, man. Like imagine driving a Humvee like that. It's not like they're making right-hand drive Humvees.
Yeah.
Because once you get used to the right-hand drive, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you adapt to it within, a week or two.
I don't know.
You're
I'm pretty sure I could drive okay with on the wrong side of the road here.
I always had so many questions until I saw my first right side drive vehicle. And I'm like, okay, so instead of the shifter being the right steering wheel, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But do the pedals flip too?
And the shift pattern, right?
It's the same. It's just mirrored. No, they don't.
The
pedals are the same.
Yeah.
But that was my biggest worry. Was like I can't do a left foot gas and a right foot clutch. I would be retarded.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But the fucking. You could always tell people who just got there or just got home from like Okinawa
when they walk to their vehicle.
There's that. And when they go to turn and they hit their turn signal and their wipers start going. And they're like, fuck, dude, because the turn signal's on the right side instead of on the left. And so like that fucked me up. I was constantly like, oh shit.
I drove my first right side drive vehicle when I was in Belgium.
Yeah.
And it was a friend of mine's. And it was, everything you just said is so true. Like to the point where like I drove it like maybe 4 or 5 times. And every single time I'd park it, I'd go do whatever I need to go do. And I'd walk back to the wrong side of the vehicle. I'm like, God damn it.
For about a month, dude. It takes about a month to get used to going to the other side. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My old business partner, one of them, Eric, had that delivery Jeep. So
Oh, yeah,
he had
yeah.
a yellow Jeep. And it felt so wrong when I would ride with him. I'd get in the driver's seat, which was the passenger seat.
Yeah.
It's like, then you feel like you got to sit there and you're like, whoa.
I had a buddy of mine whose dad was a driver's ed teacher, like a home driver's ed teacher. So he had one of the cars with the 2 steering wheels and the extra brake and shit. Bro, we would fuck with each other. Oh my God, dude, that was dangerous. And I was like, all right, I'm going to stop fucking touching this thing because
Like-
I'm going to kill you.
I know what I did when I had access to an emergency brake in the center and I'm in the passenger seat.
Can you imagine having
if
a
I had
wheel?
a brake pedal and a wheel? Fuck.
Every time he goes to turn right, I'm turning left. He's like, what the fuck?
And then you slam on a brake.
Like, dude.
So me and all my friends, when we did driver's ed, we were like 3 of us real good buddies were like in the car doing our driving thing at the same time, right?
It's a terrible idea.
So we oh my God.
It's gonna be like the 3 of us. Let's go take a test together. It's gonna be a 90-minute dick joke.
We had a bet who could get the driver's ed instructor to hit the brake first. And so it happened immediately.
Oh yeah.
The first stop sign, it's just like all of a sudden he turns around and is like, I win. Like, fuck.
And you're like, you totally did.
Yep.
We're gonna get our licenses now. Have fun bumming rides off of us for the next 6 months until you're eligible to take the test again.
No, it wasn't the test. This was just an outing to learn. So it was fair game.
I took driver's ed 3 times.
Oof.
Not because I needed to. I passed it the first time.
It explains so much.
Me?
What?
You drive like fucking batshit crazy too, man. It's like, we can take the Mario Andretti version of fucking driver's ed.
You know, I'm one of 2 people when I
advance.
drive. I am fucking Mario Andretti,
Yeah.
or I am a 90-year-old grandma.
Yeah, there's zero.
There is no
Yeah.
in between.
It depends on what small town you're driving through.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. But no, I took it as a 0-hour twice because I needed extra credits to graduate early. So I was just like, I could go in early and get like a half credit for taking driver's ed. So I just took it twice so I could get half a credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or get a credit. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it. I took it as like an elective.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, why are you always in driver's ed? I was like, it's free fucking credits, man. They don't tell you that you can't take it more than once. Shit. Like,
I'm a very safe driver. Meaning I will do whatever I need to do to get the fuck away from all the other vehicles on the road so I can be safe.
yeah.
Nicaragua, the fastest speed limit is 80 kilometers an hour, which is like 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the fastest.
It's annoying. It's same as Paris, same as
Yeah,
France.
it was like 87 miles, the GPS, 3 hours.
I got sent a ticket from France.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. A 47 euro ticket.
When's
They
the next
mailed
time-
it to your
when's
house
the next
here?
time you plan on driving there?
Exactly.
Yep.
I was like, good luck. They even tried to hit my credit card. I was like, fraudulent.
That's funny.
We're going to have to send you a new card. Oh, no. I ain't paying that shit, dude. Fuck you. It was a fucking, like a camera, like a speed camera. I was like, fuck you, man. Like, this is American. All right.
You know, the
Your commie bullshit might work on you surrendering motherfuckers over there.
best
It
part
ain't working
about the
here.
speed cameras that they have over there is they have warning signs previous to when you get to it that tell you like, hey, we don't care what you do, but you should probably slow down right here.
Yeah. They do. Because it'll be like the next 5 miles, there's cameras. And then it'll be like this one.
Yeah.
And this one. And
that
this one.
one. And they do. They tell you exactly where they're at. It's like, oh, okay.
Thank God for Waze because everybody plugs in where the cops are.
Yeah.
I got one random checked.
Yeah.
The whole time I was there. So
Nice.
no fines this time.
Bribes.
No bribes. So I was pretty happy with myself.
Oh, man.
Did y'all see? It was a little while ago, but there was a guy that was running around in France who was going up to those speed check cameras and just like spray painting over the lens of them.
Yeah.
And then
They're
was-
doing it like crazy in the UK.
There was a dude in Maryland that kept putting bags over him
Nice.
And then they were getting fucking mad and they started camping to like bust this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, they never caught him. And the reason I think they didn't catch him, I think he was law enforcement. I think he was in on the shit. That's what I think.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man.
They have these ones in the UK that if your vehicle isn't up to date, they will fine you daily.
Mm.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so essentially people are going around just demolishing them.
Yeah.
Any means necessary. They were, and I appreciate this. At first, they'd pie around a corner and shoot them with paintballs,
Oh yeah.
and then the cameras couldn't see.
Right.
And then they were just getting blatant and then putting a mask on and then shooting them point blank,
Yeah.
and then they were just destroying them. But I mean, fuck! If you're gonna try to charge me a daily fee to drive my vehicle because it's not new enough, fuck you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
ridiculous, man.
fuck you.
Like, what kind of communist bullshit is that? Just because it's not new?
Yep.
So you can't have a classic car there?
Doesn't meet their requirements.
Like, is it an emissions thing or?
I think it's just a government.
Like, how do they fucking know? How do they know you haven't upgraded your fucking stuff to meet the requirement?
It's on your plate.
It's the government, Mikey. You don't question them. You just do what they say.
Yeah. Thank God I'm.
I saw.
Thank God I'm American.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was a picture of.
It's not much better in this fucking country.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was a picture of this old lady wearing a mask in her car by herself, and it said, "Good thing the government didn't tell you to wear a butt plug." It's kind of like, yeah,
Ooh, I saw a funny one on Reddit the other day.
like, are you gonna comply? Are those people gonna comply? Like, oh, I gotta wear a butt plug. Government told me to.
They would.
Probably.
They would. Yeah. It's the same people who made fun of the bandage Trump had on his ear. They're still wearing masks. It's like, fuck off, man. Like, you didn't get shot in the fucking ear, man. Like,
Or the mouth.
I saw this thing on Reddit the other day where this chick wanted to surprise her boyfriend while they were traveling, and because they were flying somewhere, and so she put a butt plug in, and then she was just going to let him know mid-flight and whatnot. But he found out a little sooner.
like an airport security?
He found out at TSA, and because she didn't remember until she walked through the metal detector.
How do you not remember?
Yes.
Maybe you're just a little excited about. I don't know. I mean, if I had something stuck up my ass, I think I'd remember.
Wouldn't slip my mind. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
I get this weird
Nothing-
feeling like I got to poop all the time, but I don't have to poop. It's a weird feeling.
Nothing in your pocket. Shoes are off. Laptops in the thing. No butt plugs. Like, is this a new TSA
Are they gonna have
thing
to
now?
add
I
that?
know,
Like,
right?
like no butt plug thing?
But no. So the best part was
Oh.
so they walk through the metal detector. It goes off, and
Does she have to
so-
get wanded?
they
Beep, beep.
no. She voluntarily removed the item that set the alarm off, and
Like in front of God and country?
yeah, and then the TSA agent realized what it was and was like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, if I was a TSA agent, I would live for moments like that.
It just about,
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that
They're
would
like,
be like,
okay, man, next.
oh, today we got a butt plug.
She's like, okay, ma'am, next. She walks through, beep, like, oh, hold on. She's like, wait.
Like, she just drops it in the basket and sends it through. Like, ma'am. Put it in the baggie first.
Just had her Clorox wipes. Like, don't touch any.
They just pick up the whole ass basket and
Yeah,
throw it
throw it
away.
away.
Fuck this, man. Oh, that's fucking great.
Oh, I got random security. Okay, so if you get your boarding pass and it has 4 S's on it, it means you're going to get searched.
Oh, really?
That's what those 4 S's mean.
Search.
Yeah. And so leaving Nicaragua, I had seat number 1A. I was the last one on the plane because I got randomly selected to be searched
Yeah.
At the gate.
at the gate. I went through, I
Yeah.
gave him my thing and I had to peel off and go get fucking.
They call you by name. They're like, we need Jansen.
No, as soon as it scanned, they're like, oh, mister, you're over there, And so they went through my bag so thoroughly.
Yeah.
And it's the bag I put my handguns and shit in all the time, right? And I wasn't worried because I checked it for all that stuff. Because I'm not a moron.
Smart move.
But they were bomb swiping it. And I'm like,
You're like, fuck,
I'm like,
it's gonna pop.
I'm like, it's gonna pop. But what do I do in Nicaragua to say, oh, I use explosives all the time? But it didn't pop. So I was surprised. But,
that's good.
But they went through every fucking thing in that bag.
Yeah, I started not using my like travel bag for the range anymore. Like I just started not using it. I was like,
well,
I got enough fucking backpacks.
But I use the same bag when I'm like on the road with SCAR stuff. And I put my handgun in one of the pouches.
Yeah.
But I usually keep the magazine and everything in there. So it's the handgun ain't in there. It shouldn't have any rounds there. But yeah.
Speaking of shooting, I got a little pistol range time in this last week. Went out to Lone Star and fucking
nice.
Got some plinking in. Yeah.
Still shitty.
No, I was actually really, really happy with myself that you weren't there because apparently I only shoot like dog shit when you're around. I was actually so I brought one with an optic and one with iron sights.
Boy, those optics are nice.
It is, yeah. But I was shooting just as well with my iron.
Really?
Yeah. Like so, fundamentals are still fucking solid. Like I was happy. I was very, very happy. Yeah. I had my 19X, and then I had my 19 with that's all Gucci'd out with all my shit.
Yeah.
The only thing is I have an aftermarket slide.
Yeah.
And suppressor sights on my 19, and it's got a compensator on it, right? Well, my fucking front sight tip, my post got all fucking floppy and loose, and I was like, fucking bitch. So I had to fucking like unscrew everything and take everything apart and fucking go ask the guy for a sight tool, which he had.
Yeah.
And tightened it up and fucking and had to like basically fucking rebuild my shit right there. But I was like, damn it. Like, yeah. But the optic is
Did you see SIG's new optic?
Which one?
They have a Romeo 9. But remember way back in the day we were talking, I wish you could have an optic that would have two reticles that you could zero both of them.
Yeah.
So you could have it for like a supersonic 300 blackout. They have that.
Oh, nice.
One dot is green and one's red.
Oh,
and you can
cool.
zero them independently.
That's really cool.
Yes, it's fucking
tit. So if you run two different loads, two different types of ammo.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
You can have competition rounds. You can have hunting ammo. Have two different zeros.
No shit.
Yeah. Is it red dot?
It looks like an EOTech. I don't know if Justin has it pulled up.
Pull it up. They're J-Town.
Romeo 9.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Cool.
The fucking price tag.
Whoa.
That fucking price tag ain't cool.
Wow.
God
I
damn.
had no idea.
Holy fuck. 4 G's, only.
For a fucking red dot.
Never
You know what? I'll buy
mind.
two.
Holy
Different ones.
You could have two complete different uppers. And
I'll
just
buy.
fucking swap
You know
out
what?
the whole
I'm
upper.
just gonna build two different rifles
SIG.
with
Yeah.
optics.
SIG. Come on.
But
Holy
if
fuck.
you go to Optic Splint, you can save 23%.
Oh, GP.
Place your back
So-
order now.
For the people listening, $3,900.
$3,989.99.
23% discounted from 5,100.
Is that actually the price? MSRP is $5,200.
Look this up on SIG. I want to see what fucking
I don't
SIG
think SIG will have it on their website. Maybe.
Oh, Sniper's Hide, Romeo 9T. Yikes.
4K, and that's over $1,200 off. Yep.
All right. So it's a good idea. It's not a $5,000 idea because I can literally build two complete uppers and
Like you do it.
two complete rifles.
that I wanted
Like
to
that's
do.
retarded.
It's like really good ones.
It's still a red dot. Jesus Christ. What a good idea.
Holy fuck, man.
All right.
Look at that, though. I do kind of like how it's like clearly marked, too. It's green, red. Like, that's pretty cool.
That $4,000 cool.
It's not that fucking cool. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is insane.
No, this thing better give me a blowjob every time I squeeze, dude. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All right. Disregard.
I mean, it's cool.
Actually, Justin, you can probably go back and cut all of this out of the podcast.
Well,
No, leave it in here. But
I totally agree. Fucking awesome. Price tag, total opposite.
yeah.
Not cool.
Like,
Good Lord.
At 1,200, I'd have been like, I don't know. At 600-700, I probably would have bought one.
Like, how hard is it? It can't be that hard to make essentially an
It's just-
EOTech with two dots.
It's two little spots.
Well, but you
right?
have
Like-
you have two adjustment screws for each.
That's fine.
I know. It can't be that fucking hard.
They're
Right?
just, you know what? It's expensive because they're the first ones to do it. I bet you that's it.
I guess. But okay. But would you rather sell 10 or 1,000?
Right?
Now, it's on a
See,
different scale. Of
You
that,
got to
but-
look at Tesla's business model, right? So Tesla made all their designs. Every everything about their vehicle is open source. Anybody can get their technology.
Yeah,
get
that was
all their shit.
Elon's call. Yeah.
Do you know why?
Explain to me.
Elon's goal wasn't to sell more electric cars. I mean, ultimately, yes, that's your end goal.
Yeah.
Right. But by him releasing all of his information, that isn't going to directly be like, I'm going to sell more Teslas because I'm releasing this. No, that gives everybody else in the entire industry of electric vehicles the technology to build and adapt all of their vehicles and bring up the whole footprint of electric vehicles
Right.
Yeah.
instead of just Tesla.
Yeah.
Now, by him doing it, essentially it was him crowning that I'm the king of electric vehicles. Right.
That's fair.
So if SIG would take that technology and just fucking release it open source for everybody else to use.
I don't know about that, but if they have it priced right, they're going to sell more of them. They're not going to sell. Nobody's going to buy a red dot, even if it has 2 dots, for fucking $5,000.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
That
That's
is insane.
insanity.
No.
That's insane.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Like, I mean, a red dot or
I can buy a
Schmidt
thermal
Bender.
cheaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's-
A really nice one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shoots nice.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I am going to not this weekend, but the weekend after. I'll be at Texas Trophy Hunters,
Yeah.
and I'm going to talk to some thermal guys.
AGM.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to them while I'm up there. I guess they're going to be at that show.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah.
they're a Texas-based company too.
Yep. Not far from Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be up that way. We're in a couple weekends. It'll be fun. Speaking of the weekend, what'd you get into?
I don't know.
No.
Friday, I went to Tobacco House. Oh, Saturday I went to dinner at this French place in the Pearl called Monchuchu.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking delicious.
Yeah?
It was really good.
Okay. Nice.
It was really good. And then Saturday or Sunday, I don't fucking know. It must not have been anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking I.
You got older last week.
I did. I got a little last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. I texted you on your actual birthday,
You did.
unlike your sister.
Yeah, no, she. I wish she'd listen to this just because. Yeah.
I've never even met that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met Andrea,
Yeah.
but not Alex.
No, I screenshotted the one from Alex, sent it to Andrea so we could both talk shit.
Nice. Nice. I feel like you and Andrea definitely gang up on her.
It depends.
Have you and Alex ever ganged up on Andrea?
100%.
Oh. Yeah, that's actually probably really easy. It's probably really easy to do. Fuck, you and I have ganged up on Andrea. Fuck.
Right?
Like, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I said. It just depends.
Yeah. That's fun. Do they ever gang up on you?
They try.
Right?
Good luck.
He's like, oh, let's squeeze feelings out of something that doesn't have feelings.
Yeah. It's like, good luck. I got made a sociopath. Fuck you. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. This is a cool shirt.
You losing a paintball grenade went off.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I got this. This is from Shank It Golf.
Shank it golf.
Yeah. So and if you're listening to this or watching, you can go over to my Instagram, use my code, go to my fucking link tree that he likes to make fun of me about, and use the fucking, what do you call it? Use the link in my link tree.
Not the spicy one.
Code
Another
Hooligan will get you 15% off. Yeah. Yeah. I'm an official brand ambassador for Shank It Golf. They clearly know that I shank balls a lot. Like I am a dog shit golfer, but
We
not bad. I'm just
we just call it golfing.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, they reached out and I said, fuck yeah. Sent me some cool shit.
Yeah.
This shirt, I got a matching bucket hat that matches this.
Nice.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty fun. So yeah.
Where can they find this link?
On my Instagram at Hooligan Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got to click on what?
On my link tree. That's on my Instagram. Yeah. Yes, I have a link tree.
So I don't
I'm
think
trying to be an influencer like him.
there's
You know, he's actually gotten influencer perks before. This dude got to go and like jump out of planes one time because he's an influencer and he gives me shit.
So, do you know how you know your shit talking works? when you don't have to shit talk anymore and somebody else does it for you.
They bring it up. I
And
remember
they just
that one
keep going.
time
I didn't say a word.
You
and
didn't
it just
have to.
kept going.
So let's go back to golf for a second.
Yeah.
I think everybody in this room knows that Trump would really beat Biden in a round of golf.
Dude, he's fucking solid, man. Like,
I know for a fact Biden would kick all of our asses in golf, probably.
probably. Yeah, probably.
I bet full money on that.
That he would beat us.
No, that he wouldn't.
Oh,
You know
Yeah.
why?
Only because he couldn't last the fucking
That's
whole
it.
course. That'd be the only reason. He'd
Yeah.
quit after 3 holes.
If we're on hole 6 and we take the golf cart and we go around the corner, that's it.
Yeah.
The president's lost.
yeah,
That's
but we
true.
suck at golf. That's my point.
Yeah.
We suck really.
All you have to do is get to his ball before he does, and then just kick it into a bunker.
Imagine the
OB.
marshmallow trick.
Oh, the marshmallow
fucking
trick was
Biden.
so good with
Oh
Biden.
my god.
Do you guys know who
Come on.
Bryson DeChambeau is?
I do.
Not a clue.
I have no
Because he
idea.
went golfing with Trump.
He plays on the Live tournament. He
Yeah.
won the Players, one of the big golf tournaments this year, and he had Trump on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They were trying to break 50. He's got like some big challenge, but he literally he brought him on.
Oh.
They filmed in July,
Yeah.
but he dropped it. I think like the week after Trump got
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
I remember hearing about this, and everybody's like, "Oh, his ear's not bandaged on this one."
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
hold out an eagle.
Yeah.
On
Solo
a par 4.
Yeah.
Soloed an
Yeah.
eagle on a par 4. Like the dude's fucking legit, man. He fucking birdied one and eagled another like back to back.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's got a weird fucking swing. He's got a Charles Barkley-esque swing.
yes.
I was listening to somebody talk about this, and they're like, "Yeah, every bit of his movements are fucked up, but it works."
It works, dude. Like he fucking hits dingers, bro. Like the guy can golf. He can golf his ass off.
Well, I guess if I ever, what comes first, buying a golf course or being good enough at golf to justify buying a golf course?
I would hope the fucking latter, right? Like,
Maybe.
I don't think.
but it's a good business.
I
regardless.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he bought the golf course because of business, and then realized like
Do you think he's gotten
I'm
better?
not half bad at this.
Do you think he's gotten better with age, or
I had
he
a-
better when he was younger?
I had a wise man.
Because I
Tell me
guarantee he's
once.
been golfing forever.
I had a very wise man that I respected a lot tell me once that business is conducted on the golf course. Right? That's
Yeah.
it was a very, very profound statement. It was actually an ex-girlfriend of mine's dad who told me that.
Okay.
I respected the shit out of this guy, and he was awesome. Shout out Rob. You'll probably never fucking see this, but hey, I still love you, pal. Okay. And, but yeah, he used to say that business is conducted on the golf course. And every time that I've been on a golf course, I've watched that happen. Like legit business. So I can imagine someone who, let's call it what it is a mogul in business,
Yeah.
like was what Trump is.
Yeah.
Eventually, you get really good at fucking golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Well, the better, yeah. And it gives you an advantage to, if you're doing business, to be good at it. I would imagine.
Yeah, here we go. Says he was dialed from the start. Damn. Like, an absolute ridiculous swing. The fucker is surgical, man. He's solid, dude. And then he drains like a fucking 10 or 15 foot putt.
I don't think it's in this video, but yeah. No, he plays well. But even onto that same aspect too, like, because we've all talked about how like Trump will, when he does the handshake and stuff, he'll pull someone in. It's like asserting that dominance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got to be like an absolute assertion of dominance doing business on your golf course.
Oh, it's a big dick room.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a big dick in the room.
because the golf
move,
course
dude.
is very, you follow the rules, you
Yeah.
fix your divots, you fill your hole, and he can just be like, if I'll take a shit in the middle of the fairway, who's gonna fucking report me? Like, you don't give a fuck.
Have that lighter, sir. Donka.
It was funny though. I watched that video of when Bryson and Trump played, and like the one thing I appreciated is he didn't come on because Bryson's is all about golf. All he gives a fuck about. It wasn't like a constant like, here's my like it wasn't
Right,
like he was like trying to sell himself.
No, it was just two dudes bullshit about golf.
But there was one where he had like a killer like wedge in or something, and he turns to Bryson and he goes, "You think Biden can do that?" And that was like it. That was the only thing. And
Yeah.
then they just talked about golf. And
But dude, that's such normal golf course banter,
100%.
right? Like just
Yeah.
drunken golf course banter, right? Like, and then granted, I don't think they're drinking, but still.
Yeah.
You know what I thought about?
Probably another reason he's good at golf.
the other
I
thing?
heard he doesn't drink.
No,
No.
not at all.
He doesn't.
I was thinking about it. because anybody who's played in the golf course, you've accidentally been hit into. Can you imagine like being on like Trump's golf course? You're so stoked, you're jazzed up, and you just cream a drive, and you're like 4, and you get up there, and it's fucking Donald Trump, and you're like, shit.
You're sitting there bitching with your buddies. I'm like, God, these fucking slow guys in front of us.
Yeah, these
I'm gonna
old
fucking
fucks.
fuck them, dude. I'm gonna hit into them. I don't give a fuck.
No,
And you get up
no.
there and it's the
No.
president. Like, oh, fuck.
You guys have the story backwards. Trump's going to be the one hitting into us.
Oh,
like, hey, motherfucker. Oh.
yeah, you're right.
You can play through, sir.
You're right. Oh man, this weekend I do want to shout out our good friend Jason Murph over at Grill Your Ass Off. Been on the show a couple times. Big supporter of the Freedom Friends as well as Warfighter. Just a good fucking all around good friend of ours. He had his 4th annual client and customer appreciation party.
Had I been in town, I probably would have tried to make that one.
Yeah. I decided it was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna make the drive, dude. Like, you know, Murph, literally my first paid show that I did as a comic. Murph made the drive from where he lives in north of Austin.
Yeah.
And you know, which is an hour and a half fucking drive.
Right.
You know, he made the drive for me, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, dude. He supported me. He supported us in the show, and I'm gonna go and, you know, fucking show some face. So I made the drive out there. I guess Saturday morning I went out there. Saturday mid morning. If you're in the Freedom Friends group, I went live in the group and kind of bullshitted with some people in the group and whatnot on my drive and whatnot. The first time I did, it shut off. I saw that you were, it just like shut off on me. I was like, well, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, I jumped on and then it ended it, and I'm like, well, fuck him.
Yeah.
We're back to doing whatever.
Well, because I was going to bring you on. I was going to split
Yeah.
screen with you in there.
Well, that's why I saw
When
you
I
were
saw
live
you
on
pop
there. So
up,
I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'll
and
bullshit with Mike.
And it shit off. It shit
Yeah.
the bed. Like I was like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Fucking. I don't know if I could blame Facebook or T-Mobile. It's one of the two. All right, it's one of the two. Or I-10, because it could also be I-10. But no, I went over there. It was at this place called The Barn in Cypress, Texas. Great fucking bar.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very kind of like Ice House-esque, kind of like Old Main-esque kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Very cool. Great staff. Absolutely phenomenal. And a couple Freedom Friends were there. One gentleman who's an avid listener to the show. I feel like such an asshole, dude. I forgot your name. It's my TBI. I got his number. Okay. And he learned about Grill Your Ass Off from listening to the show. He does not have social media. And he brought his kid and his wife there, and they were just kind of hanging out and all this. And he was a real good dude. And then our good buddy Bradley Freeman came by, and that is actually the bottle that we were drinking of this Eagle Rare 10. Bradley gave me, and we got shit faced, Bradley and I.
Yeah.
We were fucking. I was drunk as shit, man. Like, I don't really remember leaving much. Like, I remember I woke up in the morning at 6 a.m. because the fucking alarm, the fire alarm in the hotel was going off, which is so fucking par for the course for me. Right? And like it goes off, and I am literally holding my phone, still clothed, with the Olympics on, just knocked the fuck out on my bed. I was like, what the fuck? I plugged my phone in. I was like, oh, why is that going off? And I was like, fuck it. I hope it burns down. Just roll over. It's like, fuck it. But yeah. So shout out to all those guys, and shout out to Murph, man. We love you, buddy, and we appreciate you. And we're glad you're doing so well. And yeah. The only thing I wanted to pick up some spices while I was there, because I am out of one of my favorite spices.
Yeah.
Which is the Claymore Cajun.
Yep.
I'm currently out of that, and it was the only fucking spice that his warehouse guy forgot to bring. So I was like, "You
That
fucking
may
bastard."
be the only extra one I have available that you can probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a 3-pound bag.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy a 3-pound bag.
What do you
I
use
like-
that on?
What?
Fucking
Everything.
on the you use the Cajun on everything?
Dude, it's powdered hot sauce. It's so fucking good. Like, I put that on everything because it's not overly salty
No.
either. It's just flavor.
Yep.
Like, it's so fun.
I like all of his shit, man. It's really good.
I love Ma Deuce, the steak
I go
seasoning.
through the infidel pork rub the most,
That one's
and
huge.
the mango habanero.
Yep, I
Yeah,
love
that
those
one
two.
is all
But I think my absolute favorite is Claymore. I think the Cajun one is. I think it's superior to all other Cajun seasonings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it's fucking an amazing spice. Yeah, big fan, big fan. Yeah. But yeah, I got to hang out over there. Then made a very hungover drive back on Sunday.
Nice.
And yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
All in all, pretty solid weekend.
Yeah.
I missed a week. I was gone all last week, and a lot of current events happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got new presidential candidates. Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
And we all called it. Like,
No, the hilarious part is the news trying to flip everything she's done in her life.
right? Like, oh, she was not the
It's
not
not
the
even-
border czar.
It's not even just like one or two things. It is literally everything she's ever done.
Everything, man.
They're like, oh, no, she didn't do that. Oh, no. She was never that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah. And then there's like clips of like literally the same people saying that.
yeah, the same,
Guys, as long as we can be unburdened by what has been.
the same author writing polar opposite articles about the same subject.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
mm,
It's like, guys, if you've ever been curious if you're being lied to, it's really blatant right now. It's not like this is old news. This is shit that happened
yeah.
4 years ago when she was going against Biden in the primary.
Okay, so I have a poll. I have a poll question for you guys.
Hit me.
And this is a poll question that I believe should be actually asked.
Okay.
Instead of all the bullshit that they're asking now. Because all their polling questions that they're asking now, there's purely for news cycles.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with what actual people want
Yeah.
or should know about the politicians that are up for vote.
For sure.
Do you have more or less trust in the government today than you did 4 years ago?
Way less.
But
Yeah, but you could.
I have way less trust today.
You could extend that to 8 years ago.
you put any
yeah.
time frame on it,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
so
I think
instead of
currently I trust the government less than the least I ever have currently.
100%,
Yeah.
and it on a daily basis, there's events and things that happen that deteriorate that trust at an exponential level. And it's not just for me; it's across the board in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. This
Yep.
this is a bipartisan.
Oh yeah,
fuck
this
you.
is probably the only
Yeah.
bipartisan thing that they work together on.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what color your pin is or whatever the fuck, man. No, if you're in politics, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think if it's to prove this, if you Google something today and then you go in your computer and you go 4 years ago and you Google the same thing, you can change the Google results to a certain time period.
Okay.
So it's in the settings. You go to settings, you change Google as of this day.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see for yourself that
Yeah.
even Google has fucking changed.
Yeah. Well, so Elon Musk tweeted about this on X because
Doing it right now.
Google fucking like if you Googled Donald Trump,
It shows Donald Trump, overview education, and then immediately under that it says news about Harris.
yeah, it's just news about Harris. Like, and he called it out and he was like, what the fuck, man? Like, you want to talk about straight up.
Right. So on a desktop is different.
Yeah.
Scroll down a little more.
But like the
So this
assassination
is it. Like, so
attempt,
if I was
the
to,
assassination attempt wasn't popping up.
if I was to
All kinds
Google
of
this on
shit.
my phone, right? It says Donald Trump, 45th U.S. president, overview education, and then it has articles. If I scroll through these articles, it is all about Harris
Yep.
and all about the Democrats.
Yeah.
And then directly below that is news about Project 2025.
Which Trump is against.
Yep.
He's against that. Like that's not even his thing. Like you want to talk about trying to influence an election?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Google.
And then
like you're doing it right now.
below that is also in the news. Fred Trump III calls Uncle Donald Trump, quote, atomic crazy, end quote, says he used racial slur decades ago. Like,
Who
do you
hasn't
see the chick
used
that
a
came out?
racial slur decades?
Do you see the chick that came out
Not one person.
that used to be friends
No,
with JD Vance?
It doesn't need to be that one that you're laughing about. It can be any racial slur. To go into somebody's past, you're going to find
God, don't leak the group chat. Oh my God, don't leak your group chat, kids.
Speaking of leaks, the JD Vance's friend of 10 years ago leaked the personal emails, like hundreds of personal emails between her and JD Vance.
Yeah.
That were like on a friend level. Like they went to law school together and everything.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit.
So he is currently the Republican vice presidential candidate of the United States of America, which in theory is the second most powerful man in the world, right?
Potentially.
But, you know, like, yeah, you're up there.
It happens.
That's a good one.
So
that's a real good one.
She is. No, let me make sure I get it right. I can't remember if she was a public defender or I think she was a public defender. She is a transgender public defender.
Who he was friends with.
They went to law school together. Yeah. And they became friends because of one class they took.
Right.
It was pretty interesting. I listened to her interview on I think it was on CNN. And essentially she was just like, I want to know how much money she got paid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That bad?
It was a horrible interview. It was like, you know, this isn't the person I knew and blah, 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 and all this stuff and da, 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 da. And, you know, he had views like this and he didn't like Trump and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, he did historically, like he did shit on Trump.
Yeah.
Like in the last couple of years, he did have some very, very strong
she was
opinions
talking about
against
emails
Trump.
that were going back and forth that were 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like Donald Trump wasn't even in the conversation then.
So, I mean, 10 years ago, what were you doing?
Just bought a house.
What do you think?
Still
What
active
do you think you said in your emails to your friend?
Right.
Yeah, right. Like,
you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, because standards of political correctness has changed, right? Like, I mean, and you don't have to fucking look very far for that.
No, and people change. I've changed in 10 years. My views have changed.
What do they say? That's where the term 7-year itch comes, right? Is every 7 years they say you switch fucking personalities.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that tracks with all the crazy girls I dated.
Same. I've been married 14. Haley and I have definitely gone through a couple. So, you know, that tracks. Yeah, dude. It's a bullshit argument. You know, I mean, it's like, dude,
but I think,
of course,
It's just, it's like, okay, so you're trying to dig up shit on a guy, right? You have 100 days to do it. And this is what you come up with? You come up with a friend who took a drastically different career path that released private emails to essentially shit talk a guy. And then JD Vance's response was just like, yeah, like there's a private correspondence from 10 years ago. Oh, by the way, hope you're doing great.
Yeah, right.
What else? You know,
about like just straight high roaded her, bro. And I was like, my dude, man, fucking A. Like, dude, I don't know. Admittedly, I don't
but you know
very
she
much
didn't,
about JD Vance. I don't know very much.
You know, she didn't approach CNN and be like, hey, I have hundreds of emails from between me and JD Vance that say a bunch of things that he probably doesn't want, you know, in public.
Yeah.
I would like to come on your show during prime time and talk about this with you. Are you okay with that?
You know what? No, I bet she mentioned it casually to someone else.
Who mentioned it to someone else.
Someone else.
Friend was a reporter who tried to fucking middleman it all the way up.
That's exactly what happened.
But either way, I think.
Matter of fact, by the time it got to the network, it was probably like, they were like, yo, this girl's got fucking his dick pic and fucking all this crazy shit. It was like telephone gamed all the way up. And then she gets there.
She wants $8 million.
On the show, she gets there and she's like, no, he just said the N-word once. or something, like, you know, or whatever, right? Like, which this day and age is worse than, you know, is worse than showing your dick.
Wouldn't you rather have, like, imagine a person who's never done anything inappropriate to anybody in his whole life.
Fucking nerd.
Would that be the person that you wanted to run the country? Somebody who was so vanilla, who, like, never said anything wrong about anybody. I don't know that person.
I don't think that person would want to run the country.
I don't think that person exists.
Well, probably not. Well, he without sin cast the first stone, right?
So I thought the whole point of getting into politics was paying off everybody in your past that had shit against you.
I mean, fuck, I ain't got that kind of money. It must be just for religious fellas.
Why do you think there's campaign fund for that?
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah. The whole thing, I got into it with a buddy of mine today, and he's a lefty. He's a pretty left-leaning dude. He just, it's funny. He retired from the Marines like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And just magically was like, I can be political now, which is true. 'Cause when you're active duty, you're not supposed to, you know, and he was a gunnery sergeant in the Marines, and he's a good dude. Him and I served together in Baltimore. He's from Baltimore, so he's already a very blue kind of guy, you know, blue-minded dude. Fucking good dude, you know, a big friend of mine. And we had a decent discourse. Like he'd put up like a picture of Kamala, like an "I'm with her" picture. Yeah. I sent a GIF, and it was like "Nah, fam" or something, you know. And he's like, "You're funny. I'd rather support her than a cult leader." Is how he starts it.
Right.
Bro, you in the Marines.
And I was like, bro, you're my boy. I was like, and this is America. We can vote / believe / think whatever you want, and I respect it 100%.
Yeah.
However, I really liked $1.38 a gallon. And my APR in my house still reflects how much better we were as a country. And I was like, but for me, just can't stand that woman. She's a fucking moron. You know, that's my biggest beef, right? I was like, she's a moron. She's about as qualified as a paper plate is to be in this position that she's in and lacks the capacity to lead. She's too far left, my man. I'm reading verbatim what I wrote. That's not going to help anyone. We need a well-rounded, middle-of-the-road leader, which we don't even get that option. So for me, which is how we should vote, which is best for you and yours, my decision is pretty easy. I was like, we've already seen what he can do. And if we're going to be honest and objective, he did a decent job regardless of what the pundits say.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote, right? And he comes back with, you know, he wasn't shitty to me at all. And he was like, but he had a bunch of like examples, right? And I fucking shit on every one of his examples because I was like, we're fundamentally going to have differences in opinions on this, dude. Like, you know,
but I think it's a lot of the media intake that you ultimately believe, right?
Who you're supposed to believe, you know, like those are
nobody.
The supposed experts are the ones that are supposed to tell you, weirdly enough, the information that you need. But if you don't well round yourself, like that's one thing. Like you and I have talked about this before, and you've done this as well. We're like, we'll watch Fox News. Mm-hmm. And then we'll flip over to MSNBC and see what they have to say. And we'll go over to CNN and see what they have to say.
Get all
back
the
to Fox and like
stories.
You kind of got to go back to Fox every once in a while to like, you know, get the balance, right? Because they're always talking about the same shit because it's this news cycle. But there's an obvious fucking difference in how the news is reported.
Yeah.
And they throw a spin on the shit. And both of them, they're equally as shitty.
Yeah.
They're equally as wrong, right? Like, but I told him, I was like, we have fundamental differences in opinion on these issues. Like one of the things is he was like, well, he shit all over Mattis. I thought you respected Mattis. And I was like, Mattis was a hero of mine, dude, for a long time.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I knew him. I was his fucking color sergeant at First Meth.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I was like, I know the guy. He knows me by first name. I was like, but if you don't follow orders to your boss or argue with him about every decision that he's trying to make, especially a guy like Trump, he's going to fire you. That's just how it is. Like, you know, that's normal shit, right? I was like, as far as division goes, that same argument can be applied to any president in history. Granted, you and I have only been around for 5, maybe 6 of you remember the Reagan years. I was like, so our opinions are admittedly limited. But when any president plays party politics, there's always going to be a divisive tone.
Yeah.
It's always going to split the parties if you play party politics, right? Gas prices, I told him, I was like, I live in Texas, pre-pandemic prices, where when demand was high, it was just as affordable, which is true. Killing a pipeline to appease your base caused a crazy price to jump. And Biden did that shit on like what, day 1, hour 3.
Yeah.
You know, he killed that pipeline. Like, you know, Roe v. Wade. I was like, here's something you might not expect, bro, but I'm pro-choice as fuck. You know what I mean? And that's what I wrote. And I was like, truth be told, man. You know, I was like, but Trump didn't do that. The Supreme Court did. And he was like, well, he stacked the Supreme Court. And it's like he did the exact same thing that any president in his position would have done.
Yeah.
You can't have a Supreme Court that's not full.
Right.
You need that fucking power, right? You know, and then I was like, it's not like they killed it. They just said it's a state issue. It's not a federal problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you don't like the way your state is, vote. And if you're in a, let's say you're just in a red state, which he's not, he's in Maryland. But if you're just in a red state, then fucking move.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like, nothing keeps you there. Take a fucking, you know, like, hey, this isn't for me anymore. I want to go somewhere more liberal.
Yeah.
Fucking Godspeed, homie. Like, this is America. You don't have to stay where you don't have to plant those roots.
Right.
Go somewhere else. It's fine. Well, I can't afford that. Want to know why? I have other theories. You're not going to like it. You know, like, shit, man. Like,
I agree with everything that is, you know, that California stands for, but I can't afford to live there. Right?
yeah. And he's like, well, he brags about being the one that killed Of course he brags about
No,
it.
he doesn't even.
I was like,
he throws it back to the states.
I was like, he's playing politics. It's like Biden brags about Obamacare, and he didn't do shit. He was the VP, the fucking figurehead that sits quietly in the Senate, not doing anything. You know, like, I mean, he didn't have fuck all to do. He had input on Obamacare. He still fucking takes the W.
Yeah.
You know, like, shit. And then we were talking about the Capitol, the insurrection,
Right.
quote. And I was like, there's no argument those people who did that were being dumb. I was like, that said, how many riots? Oh, sorry. Mostly peaceful protests. I was like, have been
Burned
happening
cities
the
down.
past few years. I was like, it's a weak argument. Plus, I think that calling it an insurrection is bullshit. Yep, here's a good example of what happened this last week. You know, fucking the fact that they tore down an American flag and raised a fucking Palestinian flag is fucking.
Yeah.
Why is that not being called an insurrection?
How are you?
Why is all of this not being called an insurrection?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Well, there's a lot of COVID believers in that group. Look at that, all the masks.
It's probably just Antifa being gay. I don't know. But I even told him, and this is nothing I haven't said on this show, as like my legit honest opinion of Donald Trump is that he's a billionaire douchebag from New York City. And as a guy from Boston, I already instantly don't like him. Right? Like, I'm not a big fan. Like, that said, I fucking loathe DEI/diversity hiring and identity politics.
Well, that's racist, sir.
Yeah. And in my opinion, that's the true evil that divides us. That's what I think. I think that kind of identity politics is what divides the country.
Yeah.
You know, you should not be hired or appointed or put in a place of power. You know, like, if I'm like, oh, this guy Scott, I'm reading his resume, and this guy's fucking qualified. Oh, but we got a trans fucking goat over here that, you know, is obese and has
when you say
identifies as an amputee.
When you say I only want to read the resumes of XXX person.
Yeah.
A woman of color.
Well, or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, that's.
And he's like,
Well-
he's like, they don't do that. I'm like,
That's one of my favorite things that Biden says is he picked Kamala Harris because she was the right person for the job.
yeah.
Previous to him picking her, he put out that the right person for the job was a woman of color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then during his campaign, he promised he was going to put a black woman on the Supreme Court.
Woman of
He
yeah,
said
yeah.
a black woman on the Supreme Court, which, to his credit, he sure as fuck did, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if Miss Kinsey Brown is the fucking right person for the job. It's too fucking late now because she's got the gig for life. All right. But
So do you guys see what's going on in Venezuela right now?
and actually, to be fair, she's not done a bad job. She's been fine.
Yeah.
She's a fucking judge.
Most
She
Supreme
bel-
Court justices, there's a reason why they're fucking there.
Yeah, like they're fucking
know what I
they're
mean?
OGs, man. Like, if you don't get even thought of
But I think
for that position unless you're an OG.
The reason you hire a Supreme Court justice is that their personal opinions don't weigh in. Like, they go by constitutional law.
That's their job
Like,
is to
They,
interpret.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but they lean towards your party. It's why they appoint the ones that they do.
Their personal ethics align with yours.
Exactly. That's
Which
what I mean.
doesn't necessarily mean party lines.
It doesn't. But if you read some of the
Like dissenting opinions.
yes,
Yeah.
clearly
Yeah.
it is not impartial.
No.
You know what I
no.
mean?
Well, like on some issues, I agree with that. Yeah. Like anything to do with gun control, it's not going to be impartial. You know,
Any of the touchy subjects, it's going to be partisan.
that's why we need the Supreme Court, though.
It is 100%. But so
that's that check and
this is
balance,
why
right?
it's tying in with Venezuela. Do you guys know what's going on in Venezuela right now?
Oh, Maduro got fucking voted out, supposedly.
No, he got elected.
Yeah.
in his eyes
After he lost.
after he lost. So this would be his third term,
Yeah.
right? And so he said his party is saying, or people of his party, I don't even know who the fuck, is saying that they won. Only 80% of the votes were counted at the time when I read it. And he had like 51.2%. And the citizens of Venezuela don't believe that one bit at all in any way, shape, or form. They are,
they're pissed.
They got big feelings,
And they fucking should.
right? But do you want to know what started the decline of Venezuela and the direction that they went in with socialism? That dude can't ride to save his life.
Yeah, he
Fucking
sucks,
A.
doesn't he? Hillary Clinton.
He is getting his ass beat.
What's that?
Hillary Clinton.
No. Internally. I mean, she might have had a hand in it.
She had a she was
So
she was-
internally,
she
one
was
of the
part
one
of
of
the
the
state.
first things that they did is they added justices to their equivalents of their Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Right. So they stacked the highest court
Who confirms.
that now anything that they want to do, well, the court's on their side. They can do it now because they have enough people on it. They're gonna, and so now that the one party in the United States doesn't like some of the decisions that were done by our Supreme Court, the Supreme Court of the United States,
The actions of the Supreme Court.
they now want to regulate said court.
Yep.
Which for 200 and how many years has been okay?
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, no, we need to add justices and put in term limits, and then make them abide by a code of ethics.
Yeah.
Which is to me hilarious.
So if there was
It's real simple.
No, they have a voluntary code of ethics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now they're going to make one that's you can be punished. You have an 18-year term limit, and a new justice gets appointed every 2 years.
That's what's proposed.
This is what they want,
Yeah.
right?
It's never gonna pass.
no,
But
but the fact that they want it.
it's not whether or not it passes.
But it's dangerous conversations to start.
You have to understand what has gone on in other countries in the world. History repeats itself.
Yeah.
And it will continue doing that until people understand the history and don't make the same decisions and choices. And so we're going down a path right now that very recently another country that is in absolute turmoil went down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And people are just like, well, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Are you fucking that stupid?
You know why?
Like-
you know why? Because MSNBC and CNN and NBC and ABC aren't covering shit like that.
So if there was a
They're not.
16-year term limit for Biden, he would have had to get out of government in 91.
Well,
1991.
here's the thing. Okay. If you want to put term limits
Maybe it's not a bad thing.
on the Supreme Court of the United States,
Then we need to put term limits on everything.
Yeah.
why aren't there term limits on the people that are voting for that?
Yeah.
That should be the number one,
Yeah.
right?
Because you give me the 12 people over here or the fucking 200 over here, I guarantee you there's more fucking turds in this punch bowl.
No, because right
You know,
now,
like,
right now, the people that are creating these laws, they have a 4-year term,
Yeah.
right? And they certify the appointment of a lifelong position on the Supreme Court. And now they're trying to change that, right? So they're up, they get voted popular opinion for 4 years, and they're appointing somebody to be on that court. for
4
the
years
rest
at a
of their
time,
life.
but there's no limit on
No, there isn't.
how long they can stay.
There isn't, but let's just say, okay, we're 4 years at a
That's
time. Okay,
How you get Joe Biden. That's how you get Nancy Pelosi. Honestly, it's how you get Ted Cruz. It's how you get fucking all of them that have been around forever.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Like,
But it just blows my mind. Like, you're not worried about protecting what's best for this country. You're worried about protecting your personal politics.
yep. Because if you would have been like, I want term limits on the Supreme Court and on Congress, I bet you would have a much different fucking argument.
I want somebody to be like, we need term limits in Congress.
No. Yeah, because we as citizens have been calling for this forever. They just won't do it.
No.
You know, like,
Well, would you? If you potentially had the rest of your career,
I would. I honestly think
I would like
would.
to think I would.
I would like to think I would.
you're gonna have.
I would be on board.
You're gonna
with
have the
term
rest of your career to make tens, possibly hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, you just keep moving up, right? I mean, because what's the goal of every fucking politician? They want to sit in the Oval Office someday, right? Like that's the fucking goal. That's the best. That's the highest you can get promoted to. Like fuck. If everybody just sat that goal there and was like, look, I got 4 years, I have fucking 8 years to make an impact here. Yeah. And if I make a good enough impact, maybe they'll remember me for this. And maybe if I get that, maybe I'll have 8 years to fucking do that. Maybe I'll have a good enough impact to do this. Honestly, I think you should be able to, before you become a senator, you should be a congressman. You should be in the lower side.
Yeah, probably.
You should be fucking 8 years in the Congress before you could become a fucking senator.
Do you think they should do it like the military?
Yes.
You get 20 years. Don't care what you do in those 20 years. But you can only do it for this organization for 20 years. That's it. You can join enlisted. You can become an officer. You can work your way up and be the goddamn sergeant major of the Army. If you put the work in to do it.
Yeah.
But you only got 20 years to do it.
I mean, because we don't even do that, man. Generals are in for fucking 35, 40 years. I mean, there's waivers and shit for that.
Well, there's, I think,
like
once you're past a certain rank.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you can be in for 30, 40 years.
Well, you do the same thing. Like, you can be E9 at 30 years.
Yeah.
That's super normal. Like,
but I'm saying, why not you get 20 years in public service?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still like the jury duty way to do it.
Yeah.
You just get a summons and, congratulations, you're a congressman.
I'm the fucking president, bitches. What's up?
At this point, I would take some random dude. I really would.
My buddy Jimmy was at one point interviewed to be the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Right. And he was talking about the other day, he spends his time in retirement busting stolen valor and talking shit now. It's great. But the other day he was talking about how when he got flagged for this interview position for the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, they were like, we're interested in having you. He is not a politician. So he was like, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't your guy. He goes, but looking out in that waiting room, I know who your guy is. And they were like, really? And like, yeah, he's fucking money. And he talked about Sergeant Major Barrett, who ended up taking that role, right?
Nice.
They took Jimmy's advice. And he was like, if I was advising you guys as a senior enlisted advisor, I would fucking 100% say that man right there, he just got back from Afghanistan. He's fucking rocked. He's locked on. He's like, let's go. And that's who ended up taking it. And Sergeant Major Barrett did a great job as Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. But he was telling me, he goes, the questions they were fucking asking at that level, they would ask him something, he'd go, fuck out of here. He was just like, no fucking, no, I'm not answering that. It's fuck you. Like just some of the ridiculous shit. So when you get to that level, yeah, Sergeant Major Barrett.
Who's the Marine Corps Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps now?
Brand new dude.
A younger guy.
Yeah, Ruiz.
He looks like he's fucking.
He's our age.
Yeah, well, yeah. he looks younger than me, but he seems like he's
Ruiz. I think. Yep, Carlos A. Ruiz.
How old is he?
I don't know. He does look pretty young.
He's probably our age.
Out of Buckeye, Arizona.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's from Mexico.
So he joined in 94.
Yeah. No. 93. November 2nd, 1993.
Oh, that's when he graduated basic.
Yeah.
Recruit training, excuse me.
Yeah. He's a solid dude. And the guy before him used to be my first Sergeant Black, and he's now the Joint Chiefs Sergeant Major.
Who's the Sergeant Major of the Army?
Oh, is Joint Chief Sergeant Major above Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps?
By billet, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And he's the first or second Marine to do it. Yeah, Sergeant Major. It's like Senior Enlisted Advisor of Joint Chiefs. But yeah, who is the Sergeant Major of the Army?
He looks old.
See, he looks like he should be the Sergeant Major of the Army. Like, that's pretty legit.
Oh,
he's done some shit.
He joined in 93 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do me a favor. Look up Troy Black, Sergeant Major Troy Black. He's the senior enlisted advisor for the Joint Chiefs now. I'm curious when that fucker went in. They had to make a new chevron. They had to design a new chevron for him.
No kidding.
They had to design a new chevron?
Yeah, it's not that. It's different. That's an old picture.
What?
So as Sergeant Major of the Joint Chiefs, you're of all branches then, right? The senior enlisted.
Oh, this is an old thing. He's not the 19. He was the 19th Sergeant Major, but he's no longer there. Go to his Wikipedia page. Yeah.
Mikey, what did you put on this guy's Wikipedia?
I know, right?
I fucking could because he's a goddamn robot, man. He was such a fucking prick. He joined in '88. He was my fucking first sergeant, and he was the get off my grass guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh fucking look at him. He's a robot, dude.
Yeah.
He walks around like a robot. He marches everywhere he moves.
You said they had to make a new chevron.
Yeah, his chevron, like go to that picture. That's a not a Marine Corps chevron. That's the Joint Chiefs chevron. It's got a bird. It's got a full bird in the middle with flanked by stars. Yeah.
So he's a senior enlisted of all branches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the senior enlisted advisor to the chairman.
Yeah. Go click on senior enlisted
Joint
advisor to the
Chiefs of
chairman
Staff.
because I believe they have.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. Scroll down. Keep going. History. Let's see here. Scroll down. It'll say like you can get a list of them because it hasn't been around that long.
2005.
Yeah, it's a pretty new thing. Yeah, there's the ranks for them. See, like the Army's got a different rank. Like it's got a fucking full bird in the middle and shit.
I never heard of this.
Yeah,
Either way.
that's the big dick in the room, dog. Yeah,
Shit, that explains it because they came out like right before I fucking got
2019.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
see, the Marine Corps one just came out. Fucking the other two are Navy and Space Force are from last year. Like, yeah, that's a brand new thing.
Wow.
Well, and you know what it was is because
What's the actual rank?
you're still a sergeant major.
But
You're still an E9.
They call
no. But not sergeant major of the Marine Corps. What is it?
It's a SEAC, the senior enlisted advisor to the chairman.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long title.
They even get their own flag.
Look at that. God,
Next level politician.
dude,
baby.
he was such a fucking asshole. Dude. I swear to God, he either had cameras or see-through wall eyes, man. That guy was a fucking psycho. His office was like, it would be like if we were sitting in here and the grass was out by the parking lot. And you'd one toe, get off my grass. What the fuck? How does he see me?
Push the button on a speaker system.
You're not, no, boisterous,
Yeah.
fucking loud, man. The guy was, he was the dude who's like, I'm gonna go to the drill field 3 times to be a dick. Like, he's one of those, dude. Like, fuck. He went there as a drill instructor, and then he went back as like a drill master, and then he went back as like a first sergeant, and then he went back he went to fucking ended up being both MCRDs, I think. The guy was a psychopath. Probably apparently really good at his job though.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to that level if you suck, I'm assuming. But no.
But how are you a senior enlisted guy that just doesn't talk shit to all the officers? Like, obviously he doesn't, otherwise he wouldn't have got promoted like that.
I'll bet you he does now.
Oh, I bet you got issued knee pads with that.
Oh, he to any of the officers below his boss, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think
Who's chairman of the Joint Chiefs right now? I honestly don't know.
Well, it was Milley, right? But I don't know who it is now. You know, as Biden says, the black guy. Did you guys see that one?
No.
Oh, fuck. He was getting interviewed. And he's like, I promoted I don't know if it was the Joint Chiefs or who it was, Secretary of Defense or whatever. But he's like, the black guy. You couldn't remember the guy's name. And it was Lloyd Austin. He was talking about Lloyd Austin, whatever position he's in.
Okay.
But he must have just got
Air Force, huh?
October 1st of 2003.
Huh. Is he a pilot?
F-16.
Fucking A, dude. There you go. That's got to be interesting having a Marine senior enlisted advisor to a fucking Air Force pilot. Shut the fuck up, sir.
Yeah, how do they even communicate?
That's 2 very different languages, man. Holy shit.
They have advisors. Their advisors talk.
Their staff.
Yeah.
Their assistants are just going back and forth like, has he beaten you today yet?
Have you guys ever met
No, but mine gave me coffee.
Like, hey, Gunny, can you translate? I didn't understand his grunts.
Have you ever met a senior enlisted guy, like Sergeant Major of the Army or anything like that, or like a commandant of the Marine Corps, anybody like that? How they always have a bitch.
Yeah. Usually
a
a captain. Or
the commandant always had a major.
Yeah.
It was like his bitch.
We had the CG for Fort Campbell had a major.
Yeah.
And we ran into the CG one day in division headquarters at Fort Campbell.
After we were out.
We were both civilians.
Yeah.
Looking how we look. And like he walked by and, we were just like, afternoon, sir. And he just like took 4 steps and then like stopped and turned around and was like, who are you guys? And we're like,
And why are you here?
So we had a brief conversation.
It was
that we
a
were
20-minute
stationed
conversation. It was a pretty.
No, that was with the major.
Oh yeah.
We only had about maybe 30, 45 seconds with the
You just saw
division
2
command.
bearded dudes and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, and we told him that, we used to be stationed here and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm sorry, guys, I got to run into this meeting. And he's like, but I can't remember what he called him. And he didn't call him assistant, but
My staff.
yeah, he'll be able to take care of you guys. And he just turned and walked into this office with a whole bunch of fucking, decorated people.
Yeah.
And then this major's like,
Here you go, fellas. Here's a coin.
Hey, like,
hands them out.
hey guys,
Yeah, that's how it was when I met the commandant. The first commandant I met, General Jones. He was just like, he's like, I asked him for a coin, straight the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hey, sir, I don't mean to be a bothersome, but do you happen to have a coin I could get? And he was like, I don't have any coins. He's like, but this major does. Major, come here. And that's exactly how that shit went down. He coined all of us, And he was like, this Marine's got balls. He asked me. And I was like, I don't give a fuck who you are, dude. Fuck you, guy. A fucking shitbag corporal, dude. I give a fuck. And I don't even think it was a corporal. I think it was an E3 when that happened. But yeah, man. And then when I met the sergeant major the same day, he had a staff sergeant. It was like his bitch that just carried around like a satchel full of fucking coins.
we had Sergeant Major of the Army Tilly.
I heard he was a good dude.
He was. He came.
Yeah.
He came to see us when we were in West Point.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. And he
I've heard
came
good things about that guy.
to camp. What was it?
Camp.
I want to say Camp Natural Bridge, but that's over here.
No, you're right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, there might have been 100 people there because everybody else is actually working.
Yeah.
And so we actually got, I got to have, I think I was a fucking E3 at the time. Maybe.
Did you see
I got to have a conversation with Sergeant Major of the Army and like no idea what the fuck to do because I was so new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like the highest ranking enlisted guy that I'm ever going to sit face to face with. No idea what even a fucking, how's your day, Sergeant Major? Like, I don't know what to do.
Did you guys ever have like that moment like where they put you all in like an auditorium because like the commandant or like the fucking like some division general or somebody's going to come and talk to you and you're all sitting in the thing and then they're like time for questions and they usually have people like preloaded questions and there's that one turd that stands up and he's like that one and like every bit of your leadership holds their fucking breath. They're like, oh fuck, what's he gonna say?
Can we get a 4-day?
Dude, I had one. He stood up and asked the commandant. He was like, the Navy is allowed to drink in Okinawa because the law of the land here, the drinking age is 18. Yet Marines are getting NJP'd for drinking at 18 and because they're under 21. Why?
That's a good question.
And it was a great question. And the commandant was like, well, I didn't know that was happening. He's like, nobody's ever said anything to me. And I'm sitting there, one of my guys, I'm just like, I'm going to fuck you up for this. Oh my God. And he's like 23 years old. It's like, doesn't even apply to him.
Because the Marines between 18 and 21 can't handle their booze on foreign soil.
That's what I would thought the answer would have been.
It'd have been really simple because you guys are fucking retarded. It's real simple. Like, fuck out of here. And then it was funny because after the commandant walked off, the sergeant major came on. He goes, anybody got questions? You asked me about drinking. I'm going to come down there and hit you. I mean, it was Barrett. It was Barrett that said that shit. And I was like, that's fucking great. And he goes, you asked me about drinking on Okinawa. I'm going to come down there and hit you. And the whole crowd laughed because it was a bunch of Marines. And we were just like, all right, that's fine. Yeah, it was at Camp Schwab's fucking auditorium. And I saw him do that shit. I was just like, this fucking kid. Oh my God. He got coined. Yeah. The commandant coined the kid. He was like, bring me that Marine. And I was like, fuck. And they're like, who's he work for? I was like, me. I was like, God damn it. Like I'm walking up and my sergeant major looked at me and he was like, Godspeed, devil. I was like, God damn it. Like he didn't even fucking help me, man. I was like, Sergeant Major, what the fuck? Like, come on, dog. I thought you and I were good to go, dude. Shit. And he's like, not today, bro. This one's on you. I was like, fuck.
We had that during a change of command ceremony, and he did the same thing. And who's got questions for me? And like 15 hands went up, and we always had the issue because we were National Guard. We got like prorated jump pay, even though we jumped just as much. And so like 15 hands went up, and he goes, "If it's about jump pay, hold off. I'm working on that." Every single hand went down. And he was like, "Any other questions?" And
There's one kid. Can we get better chow in the Chow Hall? Yeah.
Speaking of Natural Bridge, when we were at West Point, did you see Rich put out a thing about the 101st is at Natural Bridge, and the Chow Hall had like maggots and shit?
Oh yeah, that was disgusting. Oh, that was so bad.
They probably haven't done anything to that Chow Hall since we were there. So.
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Why would they?
I saw a dude I went to boot camp with, good friend of mine, John. He broke his leg or something, or broke his arm. He broke his arm doing something, right? And everybody's all like commenting on his post, and they're all like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay." I was like, I've been told that if you go into a pool and you wade waist high and kind of slosh around a little bit, it'll help get that sand out. That's all I wrote. He was like, "Spoken like a true Stefano." And I was like, "Goddamn right, bitch. Miss you." like him and I went to we were like on the buddy program. We enlisted together. Yeah. Good fucking dude. Real good dude. He's a cop now in New Mexico.
Nice.
Well, I feel like we've done this podcast for about 2 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
We should probably wrap it.
What are we at?
An hour 24 right now.
Oh, better than I thought. Shit.
I have a quick question for you guys.
What you got, brother?
For the medal counts in the Olympics, do you count overall medal count or just golds?
I mean, I feel like the most golds are the winners.
I would think.
Which is it's not us. Is it China now?
Fuck China.
I mean, but overall,
I think overall
we're
after
close.
looking at the
Oh,
chart,
now it's overall. Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing with this.
It should be on a point system.
Look up.
It should be like 3 points for a gold, 2 for a bronze, 1 for a silver.
I saw something today. Each country
Flip the last
gives
page.
the fucking athletes
Money.
a dollar amount.
Yeah.
For the it's like 50,000 or 100,000.
No, every country's
different.
Yep.
And then there's one country.
Sweden.
Is it Sweden?
0. You get
There's
nothing.
Sweden 0, but there's a Kazakhstan.
Oh, you get a
For a
3
gold,
bedroom,
you
a
get a
2 bedroom, or a 1 bedroom.
a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom apartment. I swear to God, you saw the same shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Sweden was 0.
Sweden's
you get
like,
a fucking
fuck
pat
you.
on the back and a high five.
You get
Good
gold.
job, buddy.
It's made of gold. Fucking smelt it down.
You get that. You get that from the host country or the country that you're.
your country.
Your country.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. Like you get like 30 grand for a fucking medal in some of these places.
Wow.
30, 40 G's for a fucking medal.
Just for the medal,
Yeah.
not your sponsorship afterwards.
What's China getting golds in here?
Well, they beat the American basketball team today.
What?
The females.
No.
No, that was Japan. It was Japan. But still, I have a question. I have a quandary, fellas. Can you look up the
They didn't put what's her name on.
can you look up the starting lineup of the Japanese female basketball team?
A picture or
Pictures.
the names?
Pictures or names. I bet you the names don't matter either because I have questions.
Japanese women's basketball team.
Yeah, the Japanese national team for the Japanese Olympic female basketball team, the women's basketball team.
I'm going to preface this without seeing any of it. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Well, first of all, watching Brittany Griner cry because they beat her made my heart smile. Not gonna lie. All right, fuck that twat. All right.
So I
Did she
watched.
lose against Russia.
I watched the first like.
They just haven't played yet.
I watched the first. I think it was not even the full first quarter,
Same.
and it like 5 minutes into the game, there were more missed shots than there were points on the board.
Dude, I say it all the time. I have a joke about it. Like, if I wanted to watch ugly dudes do fucking layups, I'd go to a high school. I was like fuck. Like, shit.
It was bad. So here's what I got for.
You got to find a picture.
She don't look Japanese. Interesting. There's one. That one is.
Definitely,
All right.
definitely.
That one's definitely Japanese. That one, I'm going to say Japanese. Rui Mashida, probably Japanese. Motohashi, yeah. Yamamoto, sure. Hayashi, sure. What's Evelyn look like? Oh, not very Japanese. Interesting.
Born in
Interesting.
Guyana.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed in the Olympics this year. Is there on the America
We have a
men's
guy.
basketball team, he had 3 options because he was a citizen of 3 different countries.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of them is France. And so every time he goes on the court, they boo the fuck out of this guy, and he don't give a fuck because he's playing for us.
In an interview, he was like, "I've always dreamed of being in the Olympics, but I wanted to win gold." And so
He's like, and that's Steph Curry, and that's LeBron James. I think I'm safe. Like, yeah. Fuck yeah, because they get paid dollar amounts depending on the medal. Apparently.
Well, but so the U.S. dollar amount, I want to say it's like $22,000 for a gold.
Yeah,
It's not like a lot,
Well,
but
it's better than the 14 you get for silver.
the sponsorship opportunities and the speaking opportunities you get afterwards, that's where you make your money.
And you get to sign your name like Olympic gold medalist,
yeah.
essentially. You know,
We should have fired up that curling team. God damn it.
I'm telling you, it's still time, bro.
We have time.
We have time.
This is the Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
We have, the curling's winter.
We got 2 years.
2 years.
Let's figure out when the time trials are. Let's get used to it, man.
There's a place in Austin we can go practice.
Yeah.
Just saying. There's a place
Michelle
here, too.
really frown on that ambition of mine.
Why?
I don't know.
It's an odd.
She doesn't want to be married to a gold medalist, I guess.
That's
I don't know.
It's an odd hill to die on. No, you can't play curling.
She probably knows we're going to lose horribly anyway.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
You know, it's going to be like the movie Beer Fest.
So this is how much money Olympian medalists get when they win gold, silver, or bronze. In place of prize money, the IOC distributes 90% of its income through National Olympic Committees. But there's some that actually like pay out. So here's US.
37.5 for gold,
37.5 for gold.
22.5 for silver, 15 for bronze.
Yeah.
You know where the real money I found out is though? Because I fell for it. So this guy, Jagger Eaton, I was watching this.
Yeah.
He has a custom shoe with a company called Cariuma that looked fucking sick. And
Yeah.
it was like all white with a red logo. And then on the back, it was the flag of the field on an American flag. And that was like his custom shoe. And I looked it up. I was like, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So they're literally getting like shoe sponsors. And
Oh,
shit.
for sure. What's her name? The female basketball player on our team that doesn't like Caitlin Clark at all. Like bitches about her all the time. I don't remember her name.
I can't remember her name either.
For one of those teams that I'm never going to remember. But anyways, she was like, they were like, tell us about the shoes you're wearing. She's like, oh, this gold, it's got the gold Nike check because Nike be giving me checks or some shit. Like straight up said it. I was like, they keep the checks coming or something. I was like, okay. Like, atta girl. I ain't hating on that shit.
So Singapore pays out.
Yeah, they do. Jeez.
Fucking
Is that
A.
US or
No, it's Singapore.
Oh, so
Offers medalists 6-figure sums based on the event they win.
$37.
Gold medalist awarded 1 million individual events, 1.5 for team events, and 2 million for team sports.
Damn.
that they're only I don't even know how to say it. 0.75 to 1.
That is the
0.74 to 1.
That is the men's wheelchair basketball. Fucking. Why is that on there?
Because they had to ask somebody who they could borrow it.
Let me see your murder ball, bro. Let me see your murder ball medal.
So apparently Hong Kong pays out 768,000.
Israel.
Israel
Fucking
275,000.
Oh, but we're paying for their fucking Iron Dome? What the fuck, man?
No, we're paying for their medalists.
Wow. That's another thing. And I might get some hate on this one. So Russia is excluded from this games because of their aggression towards Ukraine, right? But Palestine has a team.
Really?
Yes. That's not even a fucking legitimate country.
Right.
It's not. But they have a delegation. Palestine has an Olympic delegation. So you're cool. You're not cool with Russia fucking up Ukraine over a border dispute.
Right.
Over land that used to belong to them, right? Before they redrew lines and shit, right? And I'm not by any means.
Well, it belonged to the USSR.
Yeah, but I'm not by any means supporting Russia.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying facts, right? But you're cool with having terrorist fucking propped up people who legitimately attacked Israel last year.
Justin, pull up the
Like-
the medals.
What the fuck?
I was just looking. For,
How many
like,
medals does Palestine have?
I can't even find
Oh,
it.
it's probably fucking
So
zero.
it's
Oh, Ukraine's got a couple.
yeah, Ukraine's got a bronze.
Yeah.
But here, let me pull up NBC's list.
I mean, if they might not be issued if they haven't won any, which I'm sure they haven't.
At least put them on there as a 0.
Maybe. I see. These are all ones.
Croatia.
Spain only has 1 medal. Seems weird to me.
I know there's more
What
than 35 countries.
Can you see
That's
what
what I'm saying. That's just the people who have won.
what did
who've won.
Ukraine get it for?
They won a bronze in fencing.
Yeah.
Should have been rifle shooting.
Zing. Well, we fucking lost rifle shooting.
Yeah, that was a bad look.
Like, what the fuck,
That
man?
was a bad look.
That's our that's cultural shit, man.
yeah.
Because all the
fuck?
guys that can actually shoot are out shooting.
Nah, that's probably true. Yeah.
It's also like kind of shooting because it's the
Pellet guns.
pellet guns.
Yeah. Which I've shot those pellet guns.
They're
Fucking cool.
they're
Yeah.
cool. But this, like, you have to shoot a pellet into the size of a pellet hole
Yes.
at 25 meters or something. It's hard.
So the Paralympic team
Yeah.
practices at Fort Sam. And I know a couple of those guys. And when I was with my previous employer, I was working on doing a partnership with them,
Yeah.
right? And going to sponsor their team, right? Because that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I got invited to go over to their facility. And I sat there all day with them and I was shooting with them all day, right? I was fucking smoking these guys. And I was like, you guys are lucky I'm not retarded. Because like, dude, if I was an amputee, you motherfuckers are all getting bronze. Like,
Palestine has 8 athletes at the games.
Yeah. Yeah. So during the opening ceremony, and they were all on the boats going down the river and everything.
Was there
like,
a paragliding
there was like
event?
They
this
have
much
judo. Judo,
Justin got my joke.
swimming,
It's good.
boxing,
Good pull.
shooting, men's skeet. That's not until August 2nd.
Yeah. How fucking funny would it be if like they went out there to shoot and were like, like how fucking great would that be?
And they were hitting.
Yeah, like just accurate as shit. Just fucking inshallah. like,
So I
that'd
think
be
they're doing
the best.
boxing, judo, shooting, and swimming. Easy.
Sometimes the jokes write their fucking selves, man. I don't know.
Did y'all see the Team Canada soccer team sent people home because they were cheating at the Olympics?
How do you cheat at soccer?
They were taking drones and flying them above the stadiums while other teams were practicing to get recon, which smart move. The only downside is the person who got caught asked leading up to the Olympics if they could bring their drone, and the Olympics team was like, no. And then he was like, gotcha, and then still brought it and then got caught. And I was like, geez. But apparently there's in some stadiums now, they have like NFL teams and stuff have the technology that like if a drone gets close enough to where it can see, it essentially just jams their software and it just comes fucking flying down, and they're like, this is ours now, bitch. Like, and you don't get any of it. So yeah, Team Canada fucking cheating scumbags.
Fucking turds, man.
I bet that was a good apology.
I know that
Story.
Canada won. The female rugby team beat Australia today.
That's a hard hit for Australia.
And I was like, fucking A Canada. I was like, dude. So now I think like we are playing New Zealand for bronze. And then Canada plays New Zealand for gold or silver. And then we play Australia for bronze. Now on the rugby. Or as I like to call it, tackle soccer. Just tackle soccer. So yeah. I don't know. I've been watching the Olympics. I like watching them.
I've been enjoying it. I'm always down to watch sports. So now sports are just always on.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I
fuck
mean,
yeah.
It's like finally Peacock's paying off.
Yeah, it's
Fucking-
very true.
All I use Peacock for is Yellowstone, Harry Potter, and now the Olympics.
I haven't watched a single Olympic event.
Why?
2 reasons.
Give me
One,
Get 'em.
I guess I have more channels than you do.
probably. I'm a poor. Remember?
2, their opening ceremony, which is if you look at opening ceremonies from the past Olympic events, right? They are epic displays.
Yeah.
As they should be.
I thought there was some cool shit in this opening ceremony.
You're on a world stage.
The metal show hanging off the side of the buildings, that was pretty fucking dope.
I didn't watch it.
It was pretty dope. There's like fire and like legit like metal music jamming. And I was like, all right, that's metal as fuck. It was pretty cool. It was like, yeah. like that was cool. It was some gay spots though. Holy fuck.
When that's your display for the world to see on an event that's been around for
You almost did it too. You almost poured it in there. I did it last week.
I lost it. You know, when that's your display for your opening ceremony,
oh man.
I'm pretty sure that dude's balls are hanging out.
That's a ball.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a ball.
To all the viewers, sorry, I can't throw this on the screen. We'll get in trouble for that.
But like
He just had a ball slip. That's a wardrobe malfunction,
I
sir.
think that's probably on purpose.
I'm good. You know? Like,
look, here's my take on it. There's a whole lot of outrage over the claim that they're making fun of Christianity. They weren't.
I don't care about what claim they have about anything.
No, I know.
Like that, it has nothing to do with religion for me.
It does, and it didn't. It had to do with Greek god shit. Unless
it has nothing to do with that either.
But I'm
it
pretty
just
sure
has to
Greek
do with
gods weren't a bunch of homos.
So look up.
I could be wrong.
Oh, they were huge.
Yeah.
Justin, look up Japan's opening ceremony.
If the movie 300 was accurate, it would have been 150 couples. Like, sorry, they're almost all you dudes with Spartan tattoos. Might as well go to the Pride Parade, my guy. Like, historically speaking, that's true. No, but there was some cool shit. Like they had like the boat thing that looked like a horse running on the river and shit.
Yeah,
like that was fucking cool. The way
you go, like they have a drum segment in here. If you want to like scroll through, and they had a
Which one's
crazy
this?
fucking drone. So
is this Tokyo? Go to Beijing's.
Or Beijing. That's the one
you're
I was
thinking about
talking
Beijing's drums.
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about.
That made me scared of China.
Well, but I mean, like,
Like, I was like,
you literally have the world as your audience.
Yeah,
In France, that's what the fuck you're going to put out?
it's because who's intimidated by the French?
It's not about intimidation. It has nothing to do with intimidation.
I think it was when China did it.
Maybe it should be.
It's you're showing off, like when the US does one, right? There's a hint of patriotism that's in there.
Yeah.
For
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like the countries stick to their heritage.
Right.
Yeah, this is fucking
This was insane.
was so fucking impressive.
I remember when I watched
I don't
this,
remember
I
what
was
I've
just
seen.
like,
dude, it looks like
oh my God.
I wasn't sure if they were mirrors or if it was just, but no. This was so fucking impressive. It was so scary. South Park made a fucking spoof on it being terrifying. Yeah.
Because like you have no idea what you're going into when you're watching opening ceremonies. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Especially in 2008. It's not like somebody leaked what the plans were.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fucking absolutely impressive. I don't know about them sensually touching those drums.
Yeah, there was
Look
cool
how in
shit.
sync they are, dude. Like, that's some choreography, bro. Only commies could fucking get that many people in sync.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay. That guy's off. Cool. Get rid of him. Bring me
Yeah.
somebody new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Right now, compare that to France.
That I agree with. There's no comparison.
Okay, but if you look back historically in the opening ceremonies of the fucking Olympics,
Actually, like, this one was the coolest one. Like,
France
this
was a
dope.
goddamn disgrace.
Who does
And
not?
it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit about your LGBTQ, about your religious, about your politics. None of that. That is not the fucking reasoning of why
Yeah.
I fucking am against it.
Yeah.
It's because of that. It's because of every other fucking country in the past that did it. And then France came around and like, we're going to be woke as fuck. Like, cool, bro.
Yeah.
I'm all fucking
Yeah.
set. Thanks.
I think you should watch it. Watch the ceremony.
No, I am all set.
Like, because you can't really form an opinion if you didn't watch it.
I saw enough of it.
You saw cherry picked points from people who have one view.
Don't care.
Okay, but that's true.
Yeah.
but
I've
there
seen,
were cool parts of that opening ceremony. Like the metal part was dope as shit.
Which country does the haka? I can't draw a blank.
New Zealand.
New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Yeah.
I want to see them do an opening ceremony.
I don't know if they'll ever get hosted.
No, I know, but I mean, imagine,
Dude, their rugby team scared the fuck
but
Yeah.
imagine,
whoever
but,
they played.
But imagine if they did. Like they're open.
On that scale,
Yeah.
Well, they played a whole
stadium doing
you
it.
just drop all the gold medals
Yeah.
here. Here you go. Thanks.
they played the French team. Their rugby team did. Those boys, they never had a fucking chance. They were like, they walked off the field like, who the fuck are we about to play, man? I mean, it was fucking, I was like, fucking A, dude. Like, yeah.
Like this makes me want to play rugby.
Fuck it,
Just
right?
so I can do this.
Yeah, dude.
Because I can't do this unless I play rugby.
No. Oh, this is the World Cup 2011.
I just looked up New Zealand haka.
Yeah, it's dope, dude.
Yeah. It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's fucking scary, man. A bunch of crazy motherfuckers with their tongues out screaming at you. Fucking love it, dude.
Yeah.
Look at them.
He's like, fuck.
Isn't that part of the deal? Like they'll walk towards each other.
Yep.
To
Yeah.
Be like, I'm not scared of you.
You just gotta. One team's got to do the Braveheart, where they all just turn around and lift their skirts.
That'll be the team that you and I are on. Right? That'll be the one where we're like, fucking A, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, it's so fucking cool, man. The haka is such a cool tradition.
Yeah.
That I appreciate, dude. I really appreciate that. I think that's fucking cool. Like, I don't know. I'm starting to understand rugby a little bit more.
I have no clue.
I believe Houston has like a U.S. professional
Mhm. I think
rugby
so.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
My buddy Nick Holcomb, dude I contracted with, Army vet. He's big into rugby. He's built like a fucking rugby player. Like, he actually went through RCPT with Dave.
Oh,
Same
cool.
time, yeah.
Is that it? Nick? I met Nick.
Did you meet Nick?
I think so.
Where did you meet Nick?
Vegas, maybe?
No,
No, I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
I did learn something.
you might
about-
have because he lives in Nebraska. He lives in Omaha.
I said Vegas, but
But I'm saying
Yeah.
you could have fucking met him.
I don't know.
I don't remember when though. Yeah.
I did learn something about rugby. So you know how they have the little, they're like helmets, but they're just pads. They're not like hard like an NFL helmet.
Okay.
So that has nothing to do with like brain damage or anything like that. It just keeps them from getting cut.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was like,
It's like wearing a baseball hat when you're a door guy.
yeah.
It just when the bottle breaks on your head, it doesn't cut you. That's why you do it, man. Like, yeah.
That was interesting.
Well,
But
that's why if you notice like the Aussie team and the New Zealand team and the American team, we don't wear them.
yeah,
We're like, fuck it. Blood's intimidating. Let's go. You know, like shit. Like those guys. Rugby's a fucking good sport, man. It's a good sport. Water polo? Been watching that?
Yeah.
handball.
Who knew?
Handball's a recess game that they were like, yeah, we could make countries play this.
Right.
Okay. If they have handball, you know what? No, I can't say it because it was a legitimate game and the entire fucking world knows it at that. If
Yeah.
handball is an Olympic sport, so does fucking smear the queer need to be.
Essentially what rugby is, man. It's essentially
but rugby's team on team and one guy has the ball.
Yeah.
Smear the queer, it's one dude has the ball and everybody.
It's game on. Yeah. Yeah.
Or Red Rover.
That was so fun.
Like how awesome would Red Rover be as an Olympic sport?
Just fucking clotheslining
Just
monsters.
murdering people.
Dude.
Yeah, this is a recess game. Like I'm pretty confident that's all this is. And then they were like, yeah, just pick people from countries.
Yeah. I mean, this is essentially it's lacrosse without the sticks.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I played as rugby, quote unquote, when I was a kid. Like we basically played this, only it was more like Smearlyware. Like we beat the shit out of each other doing that. I don't think there was a recess that went by where somebody wasn't fucked up.
Right?
Like, dude, somebody walked in limping or fucking bleeding or some shit. Yeah. Oh, what a great time. What a great time.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Cool.
All right, boys. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons, do all those things. I'll raise my glass, man. Cheers, boys. Welcome back from Nicaragua, sir. Thanks for being my freedom friend. 3 little things. Pretty easy words to live by. They're not hard at all. John,
Smoke on.
your favorite.
Ooh, drink on.
God damn it, kids. Freedom to fuck on. Later.